What's up everyone, it's Kelly and today I've got another swatch review for you. So today's a little bit different from usual because I'm actually reviewing two different brands in this video. So we've got the new Halloween collections from Painted Polish as well as Rogue Lacquer. So both of them are indie brands that I have fallen in love with, originally featured on my small brand spotlight series, and they both came out with Halloween collections, and since Halloween is coming up very soon, I didn't want you guys to miss out, so I thought I would just review them both at the same time. So yeah, we've got a lot of swatching to do. I'm going to start with Painted Polish, then I'll move on to Rogue Lacquer. So I'll put timestamps in the description and you can skip ahead for whatever part you're interested in. Or you can just watch the whole thing because nail polish is fun. Alright, so let's start off with Painted Polish. If you haven't heard of them before, they are an independent nail polish brand based in the US, and all of their polishes are 5-free, meaning they're free of 5 of the potentially harmful ingredients that can be found in nail polish, and they're also cruelty-free, meaning they do not test their products on animals. So they just came out with the new Trick or Treat Yourself collection, which has 8 brand new polishes. They're all different crelly sort of polishes, different stuff going on in them, and they're all very vibrant Halloween-y shades. So let's dive into the swatches and then we talk a little bit more about my thoughts and pricing and all that good stuff. So roll the swatch footage. So as with all of my swatch and review videos, I am using base coat underneath all of my swatches just to protect my natural nail and prevent any stains. Today it's the Orly Bonder base. Okay, so starting off with Booze Cruise. This is actually what I'm wearing on my nails in the intro and outro to this video, and this is a white crelly polish that is absolutely packed with every Halloween-y color you could think of. Looking at it, it really just looks like it's the purple, green, and orange, but there's actually a lot more variation going on in there. We have a mix of metallic and hollow glitters. We've got multiple different shades of purple. We've even got a little bit of navy blue in there. We've got copper to give some variation to the orange. So there's a lot of thought that went into this deceptively simple nail polish, and I feel like it looks so beautiful all combined. It definitely feels like a Halloween funfetti cupcake. It's so gorgeous and vibrant, but you still get all of those Halloween-y colors, and best of all, it was opaque on me in 2 coats, which is something I love about the Painted Polish white crellies. Next up we have Bone to Be Wild, and this is another variation of the white crelly, but instead of hex glitters, this one actually has the irregular flaky shapes in here, and we've got some different colors. So this one features red, purple, lime green, and black flakies in the white base. So it still gives very Halloween-y vibes, but it's a different sort of Halloween-y vibe. This one almost gives me like a little bit of like a monster coloring, again in that funfetti cupcake kind of base, and I just love this one. I love the opacity of it. I love the color combination, and I feel like I could get away with wearing this at other times of the year just because the color scheme is a little bit more general. Next we have the shade Gourd Vibes Only, and this one is a stunning pumpkin orange jelly base, and it is packed with these golden metallic flakies running throughout, which is a type of polish that I love to see from Painted Polish, and they did not disappoint. This one is so stunning. I feel like I've been so into orange polishes this season. I did just do a video on my favorite oranges, but I wish I had waited because this one is an instant favorite. It's so vibrant and bold. Even though it's a jelly, it gave me perfect coverage in 2 coats, and there's just something about that combination of the gold and the orange that just makes me think of this time of year, so it's just so perfect for that, but it's also vibrant enough that I feel like I could wear it in the summer. Moving on, we have the shade Hello Gorgeous, and this one is actually another orange, although right next to Gourd Vibes Only it looks a little bit more red, but this is just like a deeper reddish kind of orange jelly base, and again absolutely packed with stuff. We've got some holographic hex glitters, we've got mini hollow flecks, and then we also have some silver and champagne colored reflective glitter, so it just gives a little extra sparkle. Even in regular lighting, I feel like it just gives off so much of a glittery coloring, and it gave me perfect coverage in 2 coats. It was really smooth, a little bit thicker of a formula because of those reflective glitters, but it was still really easy to work with. And then we've got this purple shade You Go Ghoul, and this is actually a really stunning lavender jelly base. base, again packed with those golden metallic flakies, and I really just love the variation in size here. You can see some of those really big flakes, but it goes down into just like these tiny little specks, which gives a really nice variation on the nail. And again, just a gorgeous color combination, a stunning color. I love that purpley base, and I think it pairs really well with that very yellow metallic glitter. And again, really impressed with the opacity in this one. 2 coats for full coverage on my nails. And then we've got another purple. This one is called Fang-tastic, but this is a very different purple than You Go Ghoul. This is more of this eggplant, very warm toned, deep purple jelly base. It's a similar formula to that deeper orange. We've got the hollow hex glitters, we've got the mini hollow flecks running throughout, and then we also have those silver and champagne reflective glitters. So it really is just a glitter bomb on the nails, and it looks so stunning in 2 coats. Even in regular lighting, it's just so sparkly and beautiful. Again, a little bit thicker of a formula because of those reflective glitters, but I didn't have a hard time with it at all. And then we have the shade Bad Scare Day, and this one I want to call like a deep teal jelly, and again it is packed with those yellowish gold flakies running throughout. And the really interesting thing about this one is that the blue jelly base turns those glitters into a really interesting greenish kind of color, which to me, I don't know, it gives oceany vibes, but because it's that deeper, slightly grayed out blue instead of a very vibrant blue, it almost gives me like a little bit of like an evil ocean, like the ocean's mysteries. I don't know. But it's a really gorgeous shade. It gave me perfect coverage in 2 coats. And again, it's a shade that I feel like I can get away with wearing multiple times in the year. And last but not least, we have the shade How You Doin'? And this one is a navy blue jelly base. Same formula as the other 2 glitter bomb polishes. We've got the hollow hex glitters, we've got the mini hollow flecks, and then we also have the reflective silver and champagne glitters running throughout, which give it a little bit more thickness. But again, just a really impressive formula. It actually almost gave me 1 coat coverage, but I did need a second for full coverage, and this color just looks like a gorgeous starry night sky. It feels like a galaxy manicure in a bottle, which is something that I absolutely love. And I think this color is just going to carry me through into winter, because something about that deep starry sky vibe just makes me think of winter and snow falling. So here are all the shades together from the first collection, the Painted Polish Trick or Treat Yourself collection. And I really love the color story of this. I love the way that they paired polishes up together. So we've got the 2 white crellies, we've got the 2 oranges, we've got the 2 purples, and then we've got the 2 blues, but all of them feel so different from each other. So you can really justify owning all of them. I think all of the shades are really stunning, and I think they're so pretty together. So I think there's a lot of opportunities to do a Skittle manicure where you're just wearing a bunch of colors on your nails, because that's a really great way to wear a lot of pretty polishes. Because I don't know about you guys, but a lot of times I feel like I have so many pretty colors but not enough time to wear them. So it's always great when they work nicely with each other and you can wear them all together. But yeah, let's talk a little bit more about these. So yeah, those are the polishes, and I think they're all super gorgeous. I just love the color story of this one. I love that they went with these very vibrant kind of colors, and I think they'll work really well for other times of year and other seasons. But to me right now, they just feel so Halloweeny and perfect. So definitely enjoyed that. As always, the formula is just phenomenal. I think they're so easy and beginner friendly to use, and they reach such nice opacity without having to layer on a bunch of coats. And I think they just have a really good grip on color theory. It's something that I talk about a lot in my videos. I won't get into it now, but I am just really impressed with how they manage to pair colors together, and especially how they manage to make color combinations within just one polish that work out really beautifully. So all of these polishes are 13.2 milliliter bottles. They do have a wide flat brush with a rounded tip, so application's really easy, and the price does vary based on the formula, but they range between $11 and $12 USD on the Painted Polish website. And I do have an affiliate code with them, so you can use the code KELLI to get 10% off your whole order there, so I'll link that down below. But yeah, overall, really gorgeous collection. Really enjoyed every single color here, and I'm looking forward to wearing more of them this week. So now let's move on to Rogue Lacquer. If you haven't heard of them before, they're another indie brand based in the US, and all of their polishes are 5 free, meaning they are free of 5 of the potentially harmful ingredients that can be found in nail polish. They're vegan, meaning they do not use any animal derived ingredients, and they're cruelty free, meaning they do not test their products on animals. I've actually got two mini collections to go over today. So we've got the Frightfully Fun Imagineering collection, and then we have the Falloween 2023 collection. So each set has 4 polishes in it, bringing a total of 8 polishes, and they're all really gorgeous, intense, flaky type of polishes. Rogue is definitely, to me, the brand that comes up with just these crazy combinations of flaky glitters that get full coverage on the nail, and they're combinations I would never have expected to come up with, but somehow they just work so perfectly. So let me dive into those polishes, and then again, we'll talk a little bit more about my thoughts on them, pricing, availability, all that good stuff. So roll swatch footage number 2. So diving right into the Frightfully Fun Imagineering set, we've got 4 polishes in this one, and this first shade is called I Put a Spell on You, and this is this almost grayed out turquoise jelly base, and it is packed with flakies. We've got black flakies, and then we also have these iridescent flakes that, looking at them, they mostly give this yellow, orange, coppery kind of coloring, but sometimes mixed in with that base, they almost give a little bit of a greenish glow, and I just thought this color combination was so stunning. It feels very opalescent to me. Well, honestly, all of these do, but it's a really pretty shade, and it gave me full coverage in 2 coats. Next, we have the shade Spellbinding Thrills, and this one is a gray jelly base, again, totally packed with flakies. So we've got the black flakes, and then we also have a couple of different colors of the iridescent flakes. So the more prominent color that I'm seeing is these turquoise to blue to purple iridescent flakes, but then we also have some of these yellow to orange to pink iridescent flakes. So it gives a really interesting vibe. We've got a lot of different colors in here that end up working really nicely together with that gray base. This one I did find to be a little bit more sheer, so I did need 3 coats for full coverage, but it didn't look too thick on the nails, and I just love the color combination. Next up, we have the shade Ghoulish Greetings, and this one is this stunning periwinkle purpley leaning jelly base that has a ton of different flakes in it. So again, we've got the black flakes, and then we've got the opalescent iridescent kind of flakes that mostly look green to blue, and this is a color combination that I cannot get enough of. I love the name of it because, especially around this time of year, it definitely makes me think of like spectral vibes and spirits with those colors together, but I feel like I could wear this any time of year and just come up with a different vibe for it, because in the spring and summer I feel like it's kind of floral. And last but not least, in this first Rogue Lacquer set, we have the shade Halloween Screams, and this one is a pretty much a coral pinky toned jelly base that has the black flakies running throughout, as well as these iridescent flakes that actually give off this really intense fuchsia to indigo kind of coloring. So it's really interesting. I love the combination of a very warm base with a very cool toned shimmer or flaky in there. So it's a very unexpected combination, but it works really well. And this again feels like a color combo that I could wear any time of year. So I'm going to go right into the Falloween 2023 set, and then I'll show you a comparison of all of the Rogue Lacquer shades at the end. This first shade is called Toil and Trouble, and all of the polishes in this second set are full coverage flaky bombs, so you can apply them for full coverage. For me, all of them took 3 coats, but you can also sponge them on, or you can wear them over a base color, which I'll talk about a little bit more after the swatches. But this first one is just so packed with stuff. We've got the black flakies, we've got some turquoise glitters in there, and then we've got a ton of different iridescent kind of flakies as well. So I see a lot of fuchsia into purple into like this deeper blue color, and it's just a really beautiful, cool toned vibe all around. Again, I got full coverage in 3 coats just painting it on normally. Next, we have the shade Fright This Way, and this one I would say is the most unique color combination of the ones that I'm reviewing today, and I was just so fascinated with it. We've got the black flakes that I've started to think of as just a standard in the Rogue formula, and then we also have these copper flakes combined with these iridescent blue to green and even into purple flakes. So the combination is just like this mix mix of dark plus warm plus cool, and I've just never seen these colors together and I really like it. Again, it's just something about that contrast working really nicely together, and it just feels like an unexpected combination, so definitely something I want to play around with a lot more. Again, full coverage in 3 coats, just painting it on. Next up we have the shade Wicked, and this one feels like more of the classic Halloween coloring to me because we've got this lime green, we've got a deeper, more blue toned green, we've got purple, and we also have the black in there, I believe. It's hard to tell because there's so much going on in here, but this one actually had some finer flakies in it, which filled in the gaps a little bit more than the bigger flakies, and because of that, I actually got full coverage in 2 coats on my nails, so I thought that was really fun. There's definitely a lot of metallic vibrance in here, so when the light hits it, it looks a little bit lighter and more silvery, but you can still see all of the fun colors in there. And last but not least for this set, we've got Feeling Pumpkin Spicy, which is another really fun color combination. So of course we've got the black flakes in there, but we also have these soft yellowish gold iridescent flakes. I believe there's a little bit of copper in there as well. And then we also have these iridescent purple flakes that shift from being a little bit warmer toned to being a little bit cooler toned. And sometimes they look a little bit more pink. Sometimes they even look a little bit blue. And this again just feels like a very classic Halloween-y kind of combination with the purple and the orange looks together. And it's a really fun one. Again, I just love that mix of the warmer tones with the cooler tones, and I think the black just kind of grounds everything and makes the combination work really well. Again, full coverage in 3 coats. So here's all of those polishes together. The first row is the Frightfully Fun Imagineering shades, and the second row is the Falloween 2023 shades. So the top row is the jelly bases, where we've got a little bit of a color tint in the base, and I think they apply a little bit more easy for beginners because you don't have to worry about any patches where you're missing the flakies because you get that color base. And then we have the full coverage flakies, which I think are honestly really fun and worth playing around with. Even though they are a little bit thicker, you can always kind of dab in with the bottle brush areas where it's a little bit more sparse just to make that a more full coverage polish. And I feel like a lot of times with these, I could have made them full coverage in 2 if I had just dabbed them on, but I like to just show you what it looks like when I apply it as normally. But yeah, color combinations, absolutely stunning. They're really fun. They're really unique. And honestly, I have nothing like these Rogue Lacquers in my collection. I always think of those flaky bombs as their trademark kind of vibe, and they really just are so unique. And when people see them on my nails, they're just blown away. So yeah, those are the polishes. Again, I really enjoyed them. I think they're so fun. I love the color combinations here. I think it's just so unique. And I really love the way that they play with different finishes of flaky. So we've got like iridescent, metallic, matte, multi-chrome, and they all just blend together so seamlessly and create just such a unique blend of colors that I think work really well. I will say the full coverage flaky bomb polishes can be a little bit tricky to work with if you are a beginner, but I think they can also be worn as toppers, especially over black. I think that would work really well. And you can always sponge them on. I have a whole video on how to sponge on your glitter nail polish. So if you're a beginner and you're struggling a little bit with that, have no fear. But I will say, I think as far as full coverage glitters go, I do have an easy time with these. I think they apply really smoothly, and I do get full coverage in 3 coats. So these polishes come in 13 milliliter bottles. They do have a wide flat brush that has a rounded tip. It's a little bit thinner than the usual wide flat brush, so it's kind of like a medium wide flat brush. I think it's kind of the best of both worlds. And all of the polishes that I reviewed from them are retailing for $11.50 USD each on the Rogue Lacquer website. And again, I do have an affiliate code with them, so you can use the code KELLI to get 10% off your order there. I will link it down below. But yeah, that is it for both Halloween collections. Halloween is really sneaking up on us fast this year, so hopefully you are able to grab all of your fun Halloween shades before the season is over. But I think a lot of these shades work really well for outside of Halloween too, so I would love to hear your thoughts. What do you think of these polishes? Is there a standout for you? Have you purchased any of them, or are you planning to? to, let me know in the comments. We can chat about it. And if you enjoy my swatch and review videos, please give this one a thumbs up. If you're interested in seeing more combination videos like this, definitely let me know in the comments. And if you're not already subscribed to my channel, please consider subscribing. I put out new videos every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. And of course, a huge shout out to my supporters on Patreon, my Royal Astronomer Amanda M, as well as my Cosmic Admirals Paula, Ken, and Rosie. I really appreciate your support, and I'll see you all in my next video. Bye. Today's fun fact question comes from Patreon supporter Christina, and Christina wants to know, when and how did you become a nail polish fan? I know I've talked about how I've become a fan many times, so I will spare you that story, but I don't know that I've specifically talked about when. So let me do a little bit of quick math here, because I remember very specifically, I always painted, well, that's not true. I started painting my nails black when I was a teenager, and then I only ever wore black nail polish, never picked another color, and that was my vibe for a very long time. So that was something that I did probably starting at like 13 years old. And then I started getting into other nail polish aside from black nail polish the summer before my senior year of college, so 2012. It's actually been over a decade of me being really into nail polish. It's so interesting to think about how it evolved, because originally I was so specifically interested in nail art. That's actually where my online presence started. I had a blog where I was doing different nail art challenges. As it evolved, I felt like I realized so much of the beauty of just nail polish on their own, especially like just really interesting colors and stuff that had interesting combinations and glitters, and I really fell in love with that. And then that actually made me really appreciate just basic creams as well, because just appreciating all of the different colors that exist was a very fun awakening for me. So yeah, it's been a very long journey. I don't plan on stopping anytime soon. I still love nail polish. I would say that I love it more now than I ever have before. And I don't think I'll ever get enough of it. So yeah, if anybody wants to share their story of their nail polish awakening, you can also leave that in the comments. And I will see you all in my next video. Bye.